Hey, Kyle, Randy Roth here. Today we're going to talk about how the pandemic fits into the book of Revelation and how it all comes together. So many people are telling us, oh, well, the mark of the beast is the vaccination. But the problem with that, as shown in my previous videos, is that there's a first beast before the second beast, and the second beast has the mark and not the first. Although the vaccination and the pandemic have all the characteristics that we understand, they're missing the fact that it's not in the hand or the forehead. The second beast has all the characteristics of the first beast. Well, it has all the authority, not the characteristics. But what it is it's going to flow from one into the other. And the first beast lasts for 42 months. So how does that happen if the beast is in Revelation 13 and not, earlier in the book? Today we're going to discuss this. Revelation 13 comes, of course, after 12, and 12 is the beginning of John prophesying again. It's like, well, wait a minute, you lost me there. Read Revelation 10. Revelation 10, John is told about the seventh trumpet, and then he's told about this book. The angel has 1 foot in the sea and 1 foot on dry land, has him eat this book. And the sole purpose of this whole dialogue is for John to eat the book so that he can prophesy again. Once he has the book in him, he has the information and does the prophecy. If you look at the next chapter, which also continues talking about the seventh trumpet, you look at the characteristics of the seventh trumpet. Every characteristic of the seventh trumpet, both mentioned in chapter 10 and 11, show finality. Chapter 10, time is no more. The mysteries of God are finished. Chapter 11, Jesus rules and reigns forevermore. He rewards everyone, both the living and the dead, according to their works. The kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord and his Christ. If Jesus rules forevermore, how can the beast make war with the saints 2 chapters later and overcome them? To suggest that, it's a midpoint rather than finality is to suggest that Jesus is in control of the kingdoms of this world and rules over them during the time that the mark of the beast takes play. That would be very absurd because, Galatians 1, Paul makes it clear that Jesus, was given all authority at the cross, but he gave it to the church, which the church, is not God, and, tries to do what they can. However, they're very, we are very, we fall very short on ruling and reigning in an appropriate manner. And we've allowed the earth to get to the point that it is. Well, Jesus, when he returns, he's going to fix all that. Why do I say that he returns? Well, Jesus tells us that he rewards the living and the dead when he comes in Matthew 16, verse 27. Paul tells us that he rewards the quick and the dead at his appearing in 2 Timothy 4:1, as does Revelation 22:12, which tells us that Jesus brings his reward with him. So Jesus rewards at the seventh trumpet, which is the final trumpet. If you overlay all of bowls and the trumpets together, you'll find that they are a parallel prophecy. The river Euphrates is mentioned at the same number, and the what is being said is similar. So Jesus declares that he is still coming like a thief just prior to the seventh bowl, Revelation 16, verse 15. So Jesus is coming like a thief. How does he come like a thief at that time if he's already come earlier? And it doesn't make sense. You can't come twice like a thief, because the first coming would announce and create a countdown for the second, eliminating any element of surprise. All of the elements of surprise come like a thief at the end. Jesus comes like a thief in the night when the heavens are destroyed with a great noise. 2 Peter 3:10. Jesus declares, no man knows the day or the hour. Of what? The previous verse. The heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. And of that day, no man knows the day or the hour. It's not speaking of a event that's just totally conjured out of thin air that's supposed to happen 7 years earlier, according to man. So the way that Revelation 13 fits into this is it is John prophesying again, which that prophecy starts with Revelation 12. Revelation 12 is about the early church. It starts with the sign in the heaven, which is the Star of Bethlehem. And often we're told, oh, well, that's a November sign that happened in 2017. It's like, no, what happened in 2017 is a counterfeit, because the woman is no longer clothed in the sun as it was at the Star of Bethlehem, but the sun is over her shoulder in the constellations. If you want to know more information about that, watch the video, The Star of Bethlehem. Trying to remember Robert, I think the guy's name, that puts it on. The video is available on YouTube, also Amazon and eBay. So the Star of Bethlehem starts chapter 12. It's about the early church. The dragon is making war with the early saints, and the chapter ends with the woman fleeing, which is the church, and fleeing to the wilderness, which is she's scattered to the nations. And it says that the dragon makes war with the rest of her seed. And so the rest of her seed are the generations that follow. That's where we're at today, in those generations that follow. And so that concludes chapter 12. Chapter 13 is now on the beast of Revelation. You have the first and the second. So it's right there, right where we're at today. So anyways, that puts it all pretty much in a nutshell. So there's other videos that I have concerning the four horsemen. Yes, those are also complete, the 4 world conquests. We are also in the time of the martyrdom, the fifth horseman, or the fifth seal rather, and that's where we're at in the book of Revelation. The thing is if you actually believe in a pre-trib rapture, the book of Revelation, why would you study it? Because you're told that you're going to be gone. So that it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't affect you. And those who don't see any clout of it believe that it is some sort of pipe dream. And it actually, puts it out there as far as how things are being laid out. And if you don't look at Revelation as it's unfolding, as it says in the beginning, I will tell you these things that will soon come to pass, not some, end of time. It started to unfold shortly after it was written. And it also states what was, what is, and what is to come. So there's already things that were written that was, like chapter 12. The early church was already experiencing that great tribulation that they were going through. The Star of Bethlehem was already there. All right, for more information, I have videos available. You can look them up. Also, feel free to ask questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you. Take care. God bless.